The city of Yakima is struggling with a projected $7 million shortfall starting in 2025. Right now, they're already looking to make a 10% budget cut as soon as possible. The Yakima police chief told KAPKV's Emily Goodell that for the police department, it would mean cutting officer positions and court programs.
The city of Yakima spends nearly half of its money on the Yakima Police Department, which spends 83% of its money on personnel. That means a 10% budget cut is going to mean serious cuts to staffing.
You're talking 11 police positions in a department that's already probably smaller than it should be and certainly hasn't been filled for quite some time.
Fewer officers to respond to calls, but also fewer services. They've already eliminated a services manager position.
It's kind of like a car. If you have a problem, it's cheaper to fix it now than to wait until it affects more things. That's just the reality.
Soon, they'll be cutting fingerprinting services, the crime-free housing program that helps landlords, and the in-home detention program,
Which is an ankle bracelet, which allows people to keep working and take care of their family.
The fire department also facing cuts of 12 firefighter positions and an entire station on the west side. They've pitched revenue options that could help, like forming a regional fire authority or an EMS levy, but police don't have that option.
Enforcement should not be tied to revenue because you don't want an organization to think if I just write this many more tickets, we'll get this much more money.
The chief says a levy lid lift would help, but there's not one on the ballot, and voters already turned one down in 2019.
It costs more to go to McDonald's than it did 2 years ago. Well, government also costs more. People can choose not to go to McDonald's and they can choose not to increase taxes in order to pay for services. But what folks need to know is service will change. I think when people call 911 because their $3,500 bike got stolen and they want an officer to come take a report, they're going to be surprised when we can't do that.
The chief says while there's been discussions on budget cuts impacting services in the past, this time people really will see the difference, and the cuts are already starting. In Yakima, Emily Goodell, KAPKV Local News.
Now, the chief says the best way you can help right now is by asking questions. He says he's willing to come to community meetings and explain those changes and to listen to your concerns.